welcome to Friday Nights with Emma. Back in the sewing room again. So it's gonna be a shorter one tonight, only because I gotta get up early tomorrow to do the sewing street thing. So, but I'll show you what I've been doing, and I'll give you some good tips on. We're doing the star, so I've got my strips done. So we'll just give everybody a minute to join. Just give us a thumbs up or a little heart. Say hi to Mikey. Mikey's on camera. Yeah, it might wobble a little bit because Link is helping out.
Sandy's watching.
Oh, hi Sandy.
Sharon.
Hi Sharon.
Lorraine.
Hi Lorraine.
Another Lorraine with 2 R's.
Hi Lorraine.
Lori.
Hi Lori.
Diana.
Hi Diana.
Barbara.
Hi Barbara. Oh, sorry, you might get a bit steamy.
Elaine.
Hi Elaine.
Judith.
Hi Judith.
And Jackie.
Hi Jackie. Hi Jackie. I've got my box. Oh,
Kathleen.
that's the other thing I was going to show you.
Diana. Hannah
Hi,
Laura.
Diana. Oh, hi Lorcan. Oh, Lorcan. One day, when lockdown's over, I've got a bag of bits for you.
Anne.
Here, somewhere, safe.
Maud.
Hi Maud. Hi Anne.
Cheryl.
Hi Cheryl.
Carol.
Hi Carol.
Anne.
Hi Anne.
Ross.
Hi Roz.
Lorraine from Kent.
Hi Lorraine.
Wishes
Okay.
a safe journey tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
Caroline.
Hi Caroline.
Elizabeth.
Hi Elizabeth.
Joan.
Hi Joan.
Kate.
Hi Kate.
Another Joan.
Oh, hi Joan. I was going to show you. This is all of my... I've got my pile of hexes ready to sew together. Hi Diane. Quite a pile. So it's going to be a little while before I can get back to my coat, because these are all...
Joanne and Mum Maureen.
Oh, hi Joanne. Hi Mum Maureen. These are all the hexagon flowers that I've marked.
Margaret.
Ready to cut and sew. Hi Margaret. That's exciting.
Joan says lovely jumper.
Oh, thank you. I've been cold today. I've been cold all day. So I had to put something warm on tonight.
Cheryl.
Hi Cheryl.
Christine from Cornwall.
Oh, hi Christine.
Safe journey for tomorrow.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. Yeah, I have to do it on my own because somebody said he won't come with me. So.
Diane says, how has your weather been last week?
Oh, awful, awful. Well, you guys know I'm not a big fan of snow, and we've had snow all week. Started Sunday. Was it Sunday?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And it snowed.
Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, and our bin men supposed to come on Tuesday. They still haven't been. It's still sitting out there. So thank you, Rutland County Council.
No, I'll come with you when John is there, because we'll have to have Iona, Dawn.
Hi Iona. Hi Dawn.
Margaret, Gail,
Mrs.
Lorraine,
Margaret.
your Sarah.
Hi Gail. Oh, hi Sarah.
Sonia.
Hi Sonia.
Margaret.
Put my bits away. Ooh,
And Annette.
Hi Annette. Right. So, put that away. Oh, yeah. You might want to reach around, put that in my bag for tomorrow, so I've got something to do in between.
I can't multitask.
Yeah, just put it down by the door.
I'll put it down by the door.
So.
Susan.
Hi Susan.
Caroline.
You saw me sewing the strips together last week. So, what I've done...
Karen.
Hi Karen.
Nancy.
Hi Nancy.
Christine.
I'm pressing them open only because you may have heard me say this before, Christine. When you're sewing strips together and you press the seams, I find if you press the seams to one side, the whole strips tend to banana. Oh, what's everybody saying?
Diamond says, I thought I was going. No John, no show. Yes, I'm sorry, but
Yeah. No.
Haley is watching. Maud.
Hi Haley. Hi Maud. Oop. So I'm pressing them open because
Lori says Suffolk had 4 inches of snow, plenty of wind, and colder with a mix of sunshine.
Yeah, it's been so cold. We've still got snow on the ground. Thankfully, the roads are clearer, although our front is still precarious because we are north facing. Our driveway is north facing, so we've still got snow and ice on it.
Diana says it's been very cold, but sunshine every day here in South Cumbria.
Nice.
And Susan is watching.
Oh, hi Susan, yeah. Today was a sunny day. Today was pretty nice. Yesterday was a sunny day. That's what I seem to remember. I've been
Just
inside. So.
it's not getting warm.
No. But
Joanne asks, pressing with steam?
yes, I am. And so the what John says about pressing with steam is if you press dry and you press it wrong for some reason, or you want to undo it, if you press it dry, you can still press your seam a different way. It doesn't lock it in, basically. But if you press with steam, that means that your seams will be locked in, so there's no going back. Well, you also have a kind of a crease there. It'll be harder to go back, I'll put it that way. So I am, because I'm just going for it. I have finger pressed them open to start off with. Oh, kind of. So I've used my roller to press them open with my fingers, and now I'm going over. So I just went straight like that all the way through.
Christine says no snow in Barrie.
Oh, lucky, lucky, lucky.
Barbara is watching.
Oh, hi, Barbara.
Lynn is watching. Maud says that's a good iron you have.
Thanks.
And yours, Sarah, says, watch your arm on that iron. I know what you're like.
Yeah.
Fiona is watching.
Hi, Fiona.
Lori says snow and below zero, no noise. Yes, I can't believe I said that. I should have my mouth washed out with snow.
You say that a lot.
Yes.
I think that's from being in Oregon for so long.
Yes.
That's your excuse.
Snow and below zero in Illinois.
Yeah, that's the thing that we're joking about. So it's pronounced Illinois, even though when I first read it, I wanted to say Illinois because, you know, French.
I'm sorry, I must be tired.
But yeah, people who are not from Illinois call it Illinois, and it's
just wrong.
Bone of contention
It
for
is.
the people who are from that state.
Your brother is watching.
Hello, Simon.
Terry says snow started on Monday here in South Shields. Yeah. We're on the northeast coast. Temperatures have rarely been above zero. It's like a Victorian train station over here.
I'm almost done.
And Sandra says evening from a snowy Glasgow.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
And Joanne says, so generally, should I steam when I am happy with pressing to set it?
Yes. Yeah. Once you're happy with it and it's where you want it to be, you can press it to set it, and it will help to keep it sort of staying in place, if you know what I mean. So when you sew them together going forwards, it'll prevent it from distorting a little bit as well.
Elizabeth says, I like seams open in steam. I thought it was just dressmaking background.
Oh. No, I don't often do open seams, but because I'm doing strips, I found since I did Charlotte's Bargello butterfly pattern for the sewing quarter, and she says to press them open, I've been convinced. I've been won over. So when I sew strips together, I do press them open, because look how straight that is. Normally, if I was pressing them to one side, like I said, they would skew. They'd be a bit bent, they'd banana a little bit, but no, it keeps it nice. So I'm happy with that.
Your brother says, nice room.
Oh, thank you.
Kirsty says, no snow in Northants. Think there'll be rain over the weekend.
Oh.
Diamond says, pressing seams open with steam. What did I do with the reel, Emma? It will be pinned next. Yeah.
Yes, there will be pinning. There will be pinning. And unpicking when it doesn't match.
Anushka is watching.
Oh, hi, Anushka.
Anne says her garden in Norwich is still under a blanket of snow, measured 10 inches on her car roof on Thursday with their ruler. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Maud says no snow in Southampton, but it is cold.
Oh, yeah, you're lucky, lucky, lucky.
And Jeanette says just taking her last dose of morphine, so getting comfortable to watch you.
Oh.
Christine says, do you rate the wool mat?
Yes, yes, I love this guy. For so many reasons. Because I started, go back. When I first encountered these is when I was still doing sewing quarter demos, and they chucked it at me and said, oh, here we go, we got a new thing in, give it a try, see what you think, and tell us what you're thinking of it. Well, I was there on the day, and I'm like, oh, okay, another mat, another gimmick. And then I used it, and believe me now, or listen to me now and believe me later, it is a game changer. So what I love about it, one, I love this size because it's so handy for when I'm here, just to press it. And I mean, it's safe to do it. I mean, this is a bit warm here, but it's still safe. It's not burning it by any means. Two, when I press on this wool mat versus any other mat that I use on my ironing board, the blocks press so much flatter. The seams go so much flatter because there's a little bit of give in it. So it does that. Plus, the mat actually retains some heat. So it's like it's pressing it from below and on top. So you've got the heat from on top from the iron, plus heat underneath from the mat. So yeah, it's the one I don't often go on about gadgets, but that is one that I do really like.
Lynn is watching.
Oh, hi Lynn.
And Lori says, if you have a clapper, it makes the seams nice and flat as well. I thought a clapper was for lights.
No, it's a wood. It's another wooden tool that you press them and then you pat them, you tap them down, and it makes them flat as well, which is nice.
Jeanette says -6 here in snowy Stanley. And Joanne says, what's a clapper? Is it a person cheering you when you get it right?
It's Sally Ann uses them. It's a little bit like, you know, the old blackboard erasers that we used to have. It's like one of those, but instead of it being felt on the inside, it's wood, and then you tap it. So it's about that size, maybe a little bit bigger, but then you tap it.
Anushka says we're both getting a facial with that iron steam.
Yeah.
Christine is watching.
Oh, hi Christine.
Maud says that's a great tip for strips. I will press open on the future. Sarah is watching.
Oh, hi Sarah. So my first cut. So you see I've staggered them, and the reason I've staggered them is because you get more cuts from it.
Sarah says she's had to wrestle her wool mat from the cat.
Oh yes, that is the one downside, is the cats do like them. They will sit on them. Although I've put mine away, so they can't really do that anymore.
And Joanne says she loves her pressing mat from you. It's gorgeous and wouldn't be without it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah, definitely a good investment.
And Helen is watching from Hillsborough, County Down.
Oh, that was Sandra, right? Sandra that said that?
No,
Yeah.
Joanne.
Oh, Joanne. Oh, okay. I said, poor Sandra. Sandra had to wait forever for hers.
Your mum is watching.
Oh, hello, Mum.
She apologizes for being late dog walking.
Oh, late dog walking. Oh, yeah, probably in the oval. They like going out in the oval late at night. They have all of their flashy dog collars on. It's like UFOs are coming. So the first cut I'm doing is a 45-degree angle. Just going to make sure. Move it over to the touch, get a bit more out of it.
And Maud says you can get a smaller clapper for quilting.
Oh, I'll have to look it out.
And Diamond says she assumes you are going to explain why you have staggered the strips.
Yes, so I've staggered the strips because you're going to cut everything at a 45-degree angle. And if you don't stagger the strips, then you have about that much of your strips that are going to be wasted, because you've got to cut through each one of them at a 45-degree angle. So if you stagger them, you get the most out of your fabric, basically. So I'm just lining up my top strip with the line on the board, and I've got my 45-degree angle on my board that goes from here to here, and that's going to be my first cut. There. I have to get my sharpener out. There we go. That's my first one. See, that's all unusable waste, basically. Now, let's see. So I don't have my. Oh wait, do I?
Mandy is watching.
Oh, hi, Mandy. Oh, that one will work.
Joanne says tiny bunting.
Yes. I'll use this one. There we go. So now the goal is, so I've got I'm going to line up my 45-degree line that I've got here with the edge of my, I'm going to bring it up overhead so you can see. So I'm lining up my 45-degree line along the edge here, and I want to cut 2-inch wide strip.
Our Natalie is watching.
Oh, hi, Natalie.
And Christine is watching.
Oh, hi, Christine. There, so I'm making sure it's all lined up along the edge here at the 2-inch mark. It's lined up 45 degrees along there. There we go. So you end up with strips that look like that. Now what I do, so I'll do another, every couple, 2 or 3 strips, it's just 60 degrees, I will realign it, because invariably something is a bit off. So there we go. So I'll cut one more. There we go. Like that. And then don't have to do every 2 strips, but every 2 or 3, depending on how off it is. So then I will go back and recalibrate myself so that I make sure that that angle is still 45 degrees. It looks like it was a bit off. There we go. Yeah, see, it was getting a little bit off already quickly. Might have been because I lined it up with the bottom bit already.
Jane is watching.
Oh, hi, Jane. There's a cat there.
Hmm?
There's a cat there. There we go. And then do it again. So 45 degrees. There we go. I'll leave that like that. And then you continue cutting the rest of your strips exactly the same, and then realigning every 2 or 3 strips just to make sure that you're still cutting at the correct angle. So I'll leave that. Then you might...
Lorna is watching.
Oh, hi, Lorna. So when you get to the end, you might end up with a bit, I ended up with a bit like this. So, because my strips, because it's all different fabrics, they won't all be the same width. It varies a little bit depending on the fabric. So you can see there were sometimes, some of them were longer than the others, just generally. I mean, they were staggered anyway, but they were different lengths. So I'll keep this because, I'll tell you for why. So I can take this bit off, because I won't be able to use that probably. But if you save all those bits, they make a really nice border, and that's what I did on Charis's quilt. There we go. So you can cut a few more strips out of that. It doesn't matter that it's not the full 6 in there. But what you can do is, if whatever you've got left over, you can sew end to end like that to put a border around something. So it's a nice sort of diamond border. So don't waste that. Make sure you keep them.
Diamond says, you chopping lovely. Best tip ever for strip set cutting.
Oh, thank you. Right, now, here comes the other bit. So...
Jenny is watching.
Oh, hi, Jenny.
And Jeanette says she'll be watching you on Sewing Street tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so what I'm going to do... Oh, yeah, the attic window. Attic window.
And the bags.
That's right, and the bags from the book.
Christine says she went to Westward Ho for her first jab.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
went for a walk on the seafront. It was freezing and a small flurry of snow. Then we saw a lady walking out of the sea after her swim. She didn't have a wetsuit and she looked beyond blue, but the worrying point was she was by herself and no lifeguards on duty in the winter.
Oh, wow. That's a brave lady. Although she might do it every day.
They do say a cold swim is
It's good. So you'd end up with strips that look like that. And that's the general shape that we're aiming for. So that you can see they're staggered a little bit. So you're going to end up to make a diamond. So that's what I made before. So that's one of the arms of your star, or of the bit that goes around. And this is where the pinning comes in.
Oh, good. It wouldn't be you without pins.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it. So this is... Usually, you know me, I'm usually not OCD about things matching. If they match, it's great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not the end of the world. If you pick the place where you want it to match, where it's going to be the most obvious, match that, and then the rest will just sort of fall into, you won't even notice it. This is one of those patterns where it really pays off to make sure that it matches, because the skill is in really matching up all of your points so that they don't overlap and they're completely separate. So that's about as good as I can get, I think, with that one. I think this one came out a little bit better. But I do unpick for this one. If it doesn't match, I do unpick it and redo it.
Tina is watching.
Oh, hi, Tina.
Natalie says Molly and Evie are watching our Friday night in. Carol says, evening, we'll be joining you tomorrow. Love the Star Quilt.
Thank you. Right.
And Tina says they both look good.
Oh,
and Diamond says, fun with pins with Emma.
Yes, and I do admit. So what I'm actually going to do first, and this is the only time that I do this, because I want to be able to pin it. So the trick is, it's not like a square where it's very obvious you've got corners to match and it's straight. This one, because you've got your seams, if I show you, you've got your seams going in opposite directions. Actually, let me open one of these, I'll show you. It's easier because I press these open. So you can see, if I bring that up, this join and this join, they're a good sort of 1/4 of an inch apart, but they meet in the middle. That's what the trick is gauging where to pin it at exactly 1/4 of an inch in, so that you're pinning it at the seam allowance. So what I do, and you do need a good pair, if you can't see up close, you do need a good pair of reading glasses or something for this. Thankfully I only need distance glasses, so I need them when I drive, but for this I'm okay. So I'm going to sew this without pinning it, but without the thread. So I'm not actually sewing it, I'm just running it through the machine. Maybe. There we go. Make sure my raw edges are all lined up. And if this is way too much faff for what you want to do, I completely understand. There. Now, what that did, and you won't be able to see it because it's really hard to see anyway, is that made little tiny pinpricks where the seam allowance is. So I know my seam is going to be right there, so I'm going to pin right through that bit, and then I can see where the holes will line up on that side, so that's where my seam is going to be. So I'm going to pin through there.
Careful.
There, make sure it's all lined up. And even when I do that, it doesn't always match exactly, so that's there. Yep, through there. This is a time-consuming quilt though, so this could be one of your I'll just make one in my lifetime quilts. If that's the case, then it is worth it to just make sure that it's all going to be nicely matched.
And Judith says it must all hinge on the accuracy of the original strip seams, Emma.
Yes, it all plays a part, definitely. So making sure that the strips that you start off with are accurate, then they're straight when you cut them. So that's when you fold it. You know, you've probably seen me do it a million times. When you fold the fabric, make sure that it's lined up so that there's no, it's not skewy. That's a technical term when you cut your strips. Stripology rulers help as well, but I didn't use that for these. I actually did cut them individually. They've been cut for a little while now, before I had a stripology. There we go. That's one.
Joanne says, sounds like an heirloom project. It's already looking so gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Well, I have to admit, my first one I did is Mum's. It's on Mum's wall. Well, actually, no, it's not on Mum's wall. It's actually sitting on my sofa at the minute, waiting to be repaired because Doggy chewed it. So I've got to fix the edges and rebind it. But before that, it was on Mum's wall. And then the second one I did is trellises, which are the same colours as this, only the background is grey rather than white or calico. Ooh. It is one of those quilts though, if you're just doing the star, it does tend to go together quite quickly, and it is quite a nice wow factor quilt. So it is good for baby quilts. Right, let's see how goes this. There we go.
Diamond says she's moved back from her stripology because I have limited space and just grabbing a ruler works at the moment. I think it depends on the project you are working on.
Definitely, I agree. I tend to only use it when I do have quite a few strips to do. Or I'm in a hurry.
Is that Batty?
It is. Although it's the one that I haven't finished yet. He's still got his stuffing out. I need to finish him, poor guy. But yeah, yeah.
What did I do to deserve this?
Yeah, I think that is what he's thinking. But he's very useful. I haven't finished his face, because if I finished his face, he had a face on him. I don't think I'd be able to put pins in him. So he's going to have to stay unfinished. Sorry, Betty. Sorry, Becky. I love him, really.
And that says, by the time you get to the last one, it must be perfect. Love this pattern.
It is very, I do like it. And I do like, yeah, I just love the colours. And you can do so much. So from 2 sets of strips, so six sets of strips altogether, you can actually get about 1.5 stars from, if you're using the quilts pattern.
Diamond says, one day Betty could be smiling at me.
have a look. Okay, that one's nice and aligned. See that one's good. I'm happy with that. Let's see this one. Yeah, it's a bit over. Let's see.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the end of the way. That one's nicely matched. I'm happy with that. That one's nicely matched. I'm happy with that.
That one isn't.
What do you mean? That one's not too bad.
Sorry. It looks different on the phone.
Oh, okay. This is the only one it's overlapping by about a millimeter. We'll see.
Christine says, I prefer the ruler. I can't get the hang of using the stripology ruler.
Yeah, it is one of those. You know my motto. It's no right or wrong, only the way that works best for you. It does come into its, well, for mine, it did come into its own when I had to do Bargello and have all those different, so many strips to cut.
Joanne asks, if one join isn't quite right, do you unpick a small part or the whole line?
Oh, just a small part. So actually, let me show you, because let me see that one. I will redo that. So, this is the offending join right here. So what I'll do is take it down as close to this join and that join as kind of possible. You don't want to mess with them, but you want to have enough sort of wiggle room. Buy yourself as much wiggle room as possible. So if you unpick the whole thing, you can adjust it through that whole length. So far, I mean, I unpicked quite a few off here. The only ones that I had to unpick tended to be on the ends. So what I would do is I would pick it all the way from the end to about here and then redo this join. There we go. I'm going to be good and take all my threads out. Nice and clean. There.
Diamond says, oh my God, I said it wasn't right before you did. Get ready, Betty, your time is coming.
There. Okay.
Joanne says, thank you. I didn't mean for you to have to undo it.
Oh, no worries. It gives me a good chance, because otherwise I would have just left it and it will bug me. So I'm going to pin that, put it this way.
Anushka says you're giving her sister a little challenge to make something with her sewing machine.
Oh.
This will keep her busy for a short time.
There, so I've unpicked it, I've pinned that again. So what I'll do is I'll start sewing here. I'll show you. And I'll show you now and I'll bring it back anyway. But I will put my needle down to about here. Do a little, either a lock stitch or front, go forwards and backwards. And then sew all the way to about here. Again, either lock stitch or front and backwards. Just to lock it in. Right, so you can see I'm actually going to unpick this little bit, because this was the original seam and it's a bit, you won't be very happy when there. So I started there, finished there. Moment of truth. Much better, much better.
Much better.
Yeah, so you can see that is nicely, I'm happy with that. It's nicely aligned.
Diamond says it really is the most lovely thing about sewing. You can put it right. It just needs a bit of patience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one definitely. Actually, it's all. Oops. It's still a lot quicker, so to think in the old days, people would have hand-pieced each individual diamond. So strip piecing for these is so much easier, even though there is a faff involved. There we go. Yeah, happy with that. Is it? Oh, I see. Okay. So then you continue. You can see how that's overlapping a little bit. So what I do, and I did it here, is just trim the edges. Don't go completely overboard because you don't want it to be too off, but I did trim whichever side it was. Trim all the little bits that stick out like that, plus you can kind of trim down whatever's sticking out. So I would, if I was doing that, I'd probably only trim it about there, so you don't take too much off, because you don't want it to be off when you're putting it all together. So yeah, so that's it. So I'll continue for that for next week. Next week I'm hopefully might be able to put the quilt on the frame, not the quilt, the coat, part of the coat on the frame, so I can get that done. But yeah, that's what it will look like. And then I'll have another one here, obviously 8 to make the star, but I've got 3 to go around the border. 24 altogether of these to make the border around the star. So yeah, that's that. Have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, have a good week, or I'll see you tomorrow. Link is attacking Michael. Sorry about that. You're a good boy, Link. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Yeah, enjoy. Have a good night. And I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you next week. And have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.
Good night, all.